We did it. We made it. It is 2023, and this year, potentially, is probably going to be one of the biggest years yet that we're going to get for Warhammer 40,000. If all the rumors are true, then yes, we are in for a fun time. This video kind of got the winds took out of its sails because Games Workshop kind of did like what's coming in 2023, but I thought I'd still do my predictions, my thoughts, my rumors, everything coming together, and we just talk about the future of model releases. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. Now let's just start with the things that we know. January, February probably, that are going to be the Cadians, the World Eaters, Angron, all that type of stuff is going to be releasing. But there is one box set that is yet to make a appearance, and that is the Chaos box set. And for those of you who don't know about this is kind of like linked to like the Arcs of Omen. Apparently it has the new demon prince in there, it has like a Helldrake in there, I think it has some possessed in there as well, if I'm not mistaken. Games Workshop has not shown that off. Games Workshop showed off all the Space Marine box sets that we're going to get, you know, the Ultramarines, the Salamanders, what else are there? The Iron Hands and stuff, etc., etc. They showed all them off, but they did not show off that Chaos box set, which makes me believe there's still like a preview show that's going to be upcoming, and that's probably going to be one of the main features of that. Also talking about box sets, it's the smaller kind of, I want to call them boarding boxes, boarding patrol boxes or something like that. That's going to be aimed, of course, at the new Arcs of Omen books, where it's kind of like mini kill teams set now within the new rules how to play Warhammer 40,000. Now, I'm just going to say it right at the start of the video because I know you're all waiting for me to say it, because it seems like I've become a meme at this time. Of course, the big thing is Lionel Johnson, another Primarch returning to Warhammer 40,000. I truly believe that this is happening. The rumor that I got way back was that we were getting a new Azrael. Azrael, boom, is coming out. We're getting like a new Demon Prince. The Demon Prince turned out to be Vashtor, boom. That is it. Farsight, boom. We've already saw Farsight, and it was a new Dante and a new Lionel Johnson. So technically, I've already won, because I've got 3 out of 5 so far. And it's just waiting for those next big models now to come out. I think what's going to happen now is the Arcs of Omen books, because we still haven't got the name for Book 4. By the way, Book 4 of that book is supposed to be called Farsight. And that's where Farsight is apparently going to be taking on, is it Snickrot? Snickrot was shown in that trailer. I thought it was something to do with the Dark Eldar. I'm sorry, I hold my hands up. But I have heard more information about that book and potential box sets for that for Xenos players. But I'm going to do a separate video on that sometime next week, because I'm still gathering some information about that, and I want to be as much in the know as possible. I don't want to lead you down some wrong paths about some wrong information. But yeah, the things I'm hearing, it's really interesting stuff for you Xenos players, so you should be hyped about that. The other books in the Arcs of Omen, because I am convinced there's going to be more books. They're not just going to do 4 books, right? 4 books aimed at like Imperials? That is insane. So you've got Abaddon, you've got Angron, you've got Vashtor, potentially the 4th book is Farsight, and you're not going to do one like called Dante or, whatever, because surely the Imperium deserves some love in Warhammer 40,000. I know we get all the love all the time, but this is what really believes me that we're going to get like maybe another 3 or 4 books, and those books are going to be aimed at Imperial characters. Again, from what I heard, I don't know how true this is, so please take it with as much salt as possible. I heard the last book in the Arcs of Omen is called Lion. And that is where they're supposed to introduce Lionel Johnson and everything that's been going on with him. In terms of like what's coming with the Lion itself, now this is kind of a theory, a prediction. There is some rumor sprinkled on this as well. I personally believe that the Dark Angels are going to be the next Space Marine faction that receive that type of refresh love. So just what we had with the Black Templars and all that stuff, you know, Helbrecht, Grimaldis getting new models, I think that's going to be happening now with the Dark Angels. We've already got Azrael. You'll probably get Asmodai, Ezekiel. Am I missing anyone? What's it called? Belfazar? No, it's not called that. I forgot what the Deathwing guy's called. I'm sorry, Dark Angel players. Please do not lock me up in your cages. All those big characters like that, I really, really do think they're going to be getting brand new models. Samiel, of course. I love Samiel. I'm sure he's going to be getting new models. The Dark Angel Rangers as a whole, I really do think that is going to be kind of getting some new models. We have heard about the Lions Guard. The Lions Guard is a new unit that I've heard about, and they're supposed to be like the bodyguard unit for Lionel Johnson. So technically that is a new unit, but maybe like an upgrade sprue or an actual like robed Primaris figures. I think that is one of like the coolest things about the Dark Angels. It's the robes, it's that really look about them, and at this moment in time, you don't really have anything like that. That's cool. You have to like green stuff it yourself, or maybe go to like third party bits or something like that. So for Games Workshop to actually start making stuff like that, I think it would be a massive win for them. Again, I have heard that rumors that, you know, this potentially is happening, but I don't want to go so far down that rabbit hole towards this point. And that kind of goes the same thing with Dante as well. Of course, Dante is getting a new model at this point. I don't care what anyone says. They can call me false rack, rumor rack, sad rack, stupid rack, clickbait rack. I don't care what you say. At this point, Dante is getting a new model. I can't wait to see what that model looks like. I think I'm more hyped for Dante than the Lion. Is that heresy for me to say that? I don't know, because when I read the Guy Haley books, it really sold me on Dante. He's a fantastic character. I really hope that the Blood Angels get some of that love as well, that they get some new units, but I can't see them doing it at the same time as Dark Angels. I think Dante is going to get some love just before 10th edition, which we'll talk about in a second, and then maybe during 10th edition, the Blood Angels start receiving that love, like the Dark Angels get it at the start, and then, you know, more or less towards the end of that edition or halfway through that edition or something, the Blood Angels start receiving that love, because again, they need it just as much as the Dark Angels, because, you know, their chapter has a certain look to it, which the Primaris Marines don't really have at this moment in time. They're kind of bland, and it's up to you to really kit bash it and make it fancy and stuff like that, where, you know, we want some like cool, awesome models, right? Now for the really, really like game-changing big releases next year, 10th edition's coming, right? 10th edition is coming. Just get that through your head, right? I know some people are going to say in the comments, 10th edition already? We've only said 9th edition. Games Workshop have this cycle where they change editions every 3 to 4 years, and we're on that 3 to 4 year cycle now of 9th edition. I think for 10th edition, that's going to have a 3 to 4 year cycle, and then we'll be talking about 11th edition. That's just the way that Games Workshop seems to be going. Now, of course, the big box set that is going to be coming for that 10th edition apparently is called Leviathan. I've done a separate video on this. It's going to be Space Marines versus Tyranids. The Tyranids are apparently getting that big range refresh that the Necrons got during that 9th edition refresh for them. Like, so in the Indomitors box set, you got a bunch of Necrons in there, they got some bunch of new models, and then the rest of the range received the love as well. That's apparently what's happening with the Tyranids. Of course, Space Marines are also getting new models because, you know, equal attention cake, and Space Marines sell like hotcakes as well. So Space Marines are always going to get new models. We are going to have a new Space Marine box set before 10th edition. That's going to have the Brutalis Dreadnought in there, the Desolation Missile Launcher Troops, which we've kind of teased in that video again. Some, I think it's Heavy Intercessors in there, and a new Primaris Lieutenant, not Lieutenant. We're not in the US Army now, mate, right? We're speaking properly. A new Lieutenant HQ choice in there as well, which I'm extremely looking forward to because I want to see the Rocket Boys and I want to see the Dreadnoughts. I absolutely love Dreadnoughts, so hopefully that is going to turn out to be a awesome box set. Now, after 10th edition, again, that's going to be like the main drop this year. There's a lot of people asking me about the old world. Now, I know I think technically it's this, well, it is this year now, 2023, because we are in 2023. This year is going to be like the 40th anniversary of the old world, which is a massive milestone, which again is fantastic, but I cannot see that game coming out this year. I'm sorry, I just cannot. With the other things that are coming out this year, which we'll get onto in a second, of course, 10th edition, I can't see the old world coming out this year. I think we'll get some big teasers for it, maybe like a cinematic, maybe some actual shots of the armies, but I personally think the old world is going to be coming out in 2024. I'm hearing rumors about the old world now, which makes me think that it is on the horizon, but not like it's not right here in our face. Some really cool rumors, actually. Again, I'll probably just do a video for the old world. If someone wants me to do an old world rumor video, let me know in the comment section, and we could do something like that, because again, there is some spicy stuff buzzing around from sources whom I trust at this moment in time. Again, this is more of a 40k channel, so I don't want to sling old rumor stuff in your face. Now, moving on from the old world, let's talk Epic. Epic is supposed to be coming out as well. It's supposed to be coming out after 10th edition. Now, when I say coming out after 10th edition, it could be 10 months after 10th edition. It could be 2 months after 10th edition. It could be 1 month. Well, it won't be 1 month after 10th edition. But you know what I mean? It's supposed to be coming out after 10th edition. A lot of people love Epic. I've never played Epic. It's a game that I've never really sought after to play, but apparently it was a fantastic game back in the day, and with like some of the new scale they've done now for Aeronautica, Titanicus, apparently they're all going to be molded into playing that game. And of course, you're probably going to get like, new little models with tanks and stuff like that. The only thing I am hearing, and again, take this with as much salt as you can, there's a lot of salt in this video, is that it's supposed to be Epic Horus Heresy. It's not Epic 40k, which I really, really hope is not true, because the thing that I personally want is to see epic scale, like, Eldar Titans, Orc Stompers, and, all the cool stuff that you expect from the other races. When you do the Horus Heresy, it's technically just Space Marines versus Space Marines and Titans versus Titans. But yeah, I guess we'll see about that very, very soon from Games Workshop. Probably we're going to be getting hints of that maybe at Warhammer Fest. So I think Warhammer Fest is going to be absolutely massive for some reveals. Again, 10th edition, maybe that Epic and some other stuff. Do you know what? I was about to call the video and I completely forgot to talk about the Horus Heresy. I'm sorry. Please don't take me out like Ferrus Manus. I like my head. So yeah, the Horus Heresy, I think it's been a very, very big win for the Horus Heresy last year. The box set sold incredibly well. They are constantly pumping out new characters, new plastic kits. One of the things that I'm seeing as like a talking point is that there's too many vehicles being put out in plastic and not enough upgrade kits for Marines, actual marks of armor. I really do hope that will change over the course of 2023. I actually think it will. I think what Games Workshop's plan is to get as much tanks out as possible that all share the same kit, like, the Spartan and then like the Cerebus and stuff like that. They basically share the same kit with a different weapon swap option and stuff. So I think it's just a business strategy from them. And once that's out of the way, that's when we'll start seeing hopefully like breaches in plastic, jump assaults in plastic, new marks of armor in plastic. Apparently Mark II and Mark V have already been done in plastic. It's just a matter of when rather than if now from Games Workshop to release them. I think another big thing that Games Workshop are going to do as well is start redesigning Primarchs. We've already seen it now with Horus Ascended, and the thing with Primarchs is that they will sell. They will sell like hotcakes. I heard some rumors about this way back that they weren't happy with some of the sculpts, and some of the sculpts were so old and stuff like that, so they were going to replace them, and I was like, no, they're not going to replace the sculpts. And now that they're doing Horus Ascended and stuff, and it makes me think that yeah, they are, because for those of you who don't know, is that I think all the Primarchs at this moment in time are hand carved, and like Horus Ascended I think is the first one that was CAD design, computer aided design. Am I getting that right? Sorry if I've butchered it. So you can get more detail in there and all the other things that you can do with computers. So I think maybe that's what they're going to do now. They're going to go down that road and start redesign the Primarchs. I hope that they do redesign Dawn. As much as I love Dawn's model, look, it's up there. Sorry, my shelves are very bare at the moment in time. I went to Warhammer World the other day and had a game. As much as I love Dawn with his stoic pose, I would love like an actiony Dawn pose after reading Saturnine when Dawn's taking on certain characters on the wall and stuff. I don't know. I just love like a badass pose with like a shield and a sword and all that kind of stuff, so I can throw him into combat and he actually looks the part. So hopefully Games Workshop do design it, and that way I'm sure most of them don't need a redesign. Like the Lion, for example, that's just come out. He's not going to need a redesign, right? What other characters? Gilliman definitely needs a redesign. Lorgar definitely needs a redesign. Lorgar looks like a fat old man. But yeah, that is it for the Horus Heresy. I think there's going to be some big things coming. It's going to be exciting times, of course. More campaign books, everything like that. More characters fleshing out. We kind of saw some of the new stuff in that trailer, and I think 2023 is going to be another big year for the Horus Heresy, and I'm super hyped to see what comes with it. Anyway, Chaprinos, that is me done now for another video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. As always, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Again, I really do think this is going to be one of the biggest, one of the most awesome potential years for 40k, Warhammer, Old World, Horus Heresy, Epic, you know, all the awesome things that we're hoping for. Hopefully we get it all, and it's just going to be an absolutely fantastic time. I just want to say again, thank you for supporting me for this past year. It's been absolutely amazing. I really cannot just say thank you enough. This is my first year doing this now, like full time. Like before, it was just a hobby. But now, yeah, this is my living now, and the support I've received from you chaps has just been absolutely incredible. It really is. I need to stop because I start getting emotional. I will start crying on the floor like Fulgrim because Don handed him his ass. Right. Thank you. See ya. Have a great day and have a great new year. See ya and bye-bye.